a mysterious joy, and with it, passing in at an open lattice, came a wild bee to settle among the flowers on the table athwart the eastern end, used when there was only a small party in the house. The hours fled on silent, till the sun was high, and the first visitors came. 3 maids, rosy, not silent, bringing brushes. They passed, and were followed by 2 footmen, scouts of the breakfast brigade, who stood for a moment professionally doing nothing, then soberly commenced to set the table. Then came a little girl of 6 to see if there were anything exciting. Little Anne Shropton, child of Sir William Shropton by his marriage with Lady Agatha, and eldest daughter of the house, the only one of the 4 young Caradocs as yet wedded. She came on tiptoe, thinking to surprise whatever was there. She had a broad little face, and wide, frank hazel eyes over a little nose that came out straight and sudden. Encircled by a loose belt placed far below the waist of her holland frock, as if to symbolize freedom, she seemed to think everything in life good fun. And soon she found the exciting thing. "Here's a bumblebee, William. Do you think I could tame it in my little glass bog?" "No, I don't, Miss Anne. And look out, you'll be stung." "It wouldn't sting me." "Why not?" "Because it wouldn't." "Of course, if you say so." "What time is the motor ordered?" 9 o'clock. "I'm going with Grandpapa as far as the gate." "Suppose he says you're not?" "Well, then I shall go all the same." "I see. I might go all the way with him to London. Is Auntie Babs going?" "No, I don't think anybody is going with his lordship." "I would if she were. William." "Yes." "Is Uncle Eustace sure to be elected?" "Of course he is." "Do you think he'll be a good Member of Parliament?" "Lord Milltown is very clever, Miss Anne." "Is he?" "Well, don't you think so?" "Does Charles think so?" "Ask him." "William." "Yes." "I don't like London. I like here, and I like cotton, and I like home pretty well, and I love Pendridiny, and I like Ravensham." "His lordship is going to Ravensham today on his way up, I heard say." "Well, then he'll see Great-Granny. William." "Here's Miss Wallis." From the doorway a lady with a broad, pale, patient face said, "Come, Anne." "All right. Hello, Simmons." The entering butler replied, "Hello, Miss Anne." "I've got to go." "I'm sure we're very sorry." "Yes." The door banged faintly, and in the great room rose the busy silence of those minutes which precede repasts. Suddenly the 4 men by the breakfast table stood back. Lord Vallis had come in. He approached slowly, reading a blue paper, with his level grey eyes divided by a little uncharacteristic frown. He had a tanned yet ruddy, decisively shaped face, with crisp hair and moustache beginning to go iron grey. The face of a man who knows his own mind, and is contented with that knowledge. His figure, too, well braced and upright, with the back of the head carried like a soldier's, confirmed the impression not so much of self-sufficiency as of the sufficiency of his habits of life and thought. And there was apparent about all his movements that peculiar unconsciousness of his surroundings which comes to those who live a great deal in the public eye, have the material machinery of existence placed exactly to their hands, and never need to consider what others think of them. Taking his seat and still perusing the paper, he at once began to eat what was put before him. Then, noticing that his eldest daughter had come in and was sitting down beside him, he said, "Or having to go up in such weather?" "Is it a cabinet meeting?" "Yes, this confounded business of the balloons." But the rather anxious dark eyes of Agatha's delicate narrow face were taking in the details of a tray for keeping dishes warm on a sideboard, and she was thinking, "I believe that will be better than the ones I've got, after all. If William would only say whether he really likes these large trays better than single hot water dishes." She contrived, however, to ask in her gentle voice, for all her words and movements were gentle, even a little timid, till anything appeared to threaten the welfare of her husband or children, "Do you think this war scare good for Eustace's prospects, father?" But her father did not answer. He was greeting a newcomer, a tall, fine-looking young man, with dark hair and a fair moustache, between whom and himself there was no relation.